everybody, and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. We're back on the beautiful Hachette Collection's Post-apocalyptic Ford Falcon XB GT, made famous by a certain 80s movie from Australia that we can't say. Comments and tags below. Either way, we got our next pack of parts, and we got stages, or kit 7 through 11. This is really starting to kill me. Issues, stages, kits, parts. Everyone's using different terms. It's redonkulous. But I have to first revisit the door before we move forward with 7, which is the door card or the door trim panels and the hinges on these things. So the hinge seems fine. It seems like it's really snugly in there. But once the whole thing's together and on the model, I find that most of these models, the doors are a little bit loosey-goosey sometimes. So I'm going to do the same thing on this that I've done on other partworks, and I'm going to remove the metal retainer plate that holds down the hinge. We're going to put that screw to the side. We're going to pull the plate up, okay? Just like that. And we're going to look at it. You see that right there? That's the wear mark from the hinge's little squared off edge there. What we want to do now... Okay, what are we using here? We need some pliers. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a pair of these pliers, and I'm going to grab my duck nose pliers. I'm going to hold on to it right around near the screw hole, and I'm going to grab onto it right around where it meets that hinge, and I'm going to bend it towards the rub mark just a little bit. See, just a little bit of a tweak. It is kind of a spring steel. On top of that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Crazy Ex-Girlfriend glue, or CA glue, as most normal people refer to it. I'm going to put a few little dots, little bead of glue, right on that wear mark area. And because I'm an impatient person, I am going to hit it with a little kicker, which stinks. Ugh, smelly stuff, that kicker. Let that, okay, that's already pretty much set up. Let's wipe the rest of the kicker off of there. So what we end up with is a slightly bent hinge with a little bit of built up zip kicker. Now if I wanted to be extra fancy, I would get out some sort of TIG welder and lay down a very thin bead of metal and grind it so it's a certain thickness, but that might anneal the spring steel and make it less springy at the same time. And we're going to put her back on the pins there. We're going to get our screw. We're going to screw it back down. All right. So now we have some extra tension in that hinge. And, oh boy. Yeah. And she probably snapped off some of that CA glue. That's fine. But it's a little better, okay? Because we've added that little bend to it. And if we want to, what we can do is we can push down on this and try to get another half turn out of that screw, which we can. Ah, there we go. And now it looks like it's nice and flat. And it's nice and tight now, super tight. So that being done, and all my greasy paw prints now on the paint, which we'll buff right off with the microfiber. You know, they come right off. We're going to open up pack 7. So there's my door tightening tip. I don't know if I'll go over it again, or I will just, when I get to the other door, I will refer people back to this video. But let's open up these parts. check the top of our baggie for any stragglers. Is that cardboard that went flying? Probably. Hope so. Fingers crossed. Get out these bits. We've got our door card. Yeah, serviceable. Looks good. We got some screws. Oh, okay, lost some screws. They're right here. They're right. Oh, boy. Okay. PS14 screws. DSO2 screws. And then we've got some chrome trim bits. And let's go through the instructions and see what we're going to do with these. Okay. So we're going to cut this baggie open. Not our fingers, just the baggie. X-Acto knives are sharp, kids. Be careful. There we go. And we've got this little door handle and door latch doohickey. And that goes right in like that, into that little hole. And that could probably use a little tiny dab of cray-cray glue. And we're going to put that into the door right there. We've already got the glue on the back, so that should hold that in. But we're also going to put a screw back here, and that's going to be a little PS14 screw in that hole. 1 second, please. Alrighty. So that little door handle's in, and now we're going to just offer it up to the door and make sure we get our pegs lined up. It's pretty easy, it just kind of falls into place. And then we got to get 1, 2, 3 DSO2 screws into these holes. Don't forget to dip them in your lube, which I've been warming up in front of the heater. I know, probably seems like a terrible idea. What could possibly go wrong? But yeah, the oil doesn't want to squirt out when it's too cold, so I have to warm up my 3-in-1 oil. So if you're 60 degrees or below, you might find the little dispenser doesn't want to spit out the schmoo so easy. So you gotta warm your schmoo up sometimes. That's what she said. And we're gonna get those 3 screws in. Be right back. Alrighty, well, all 3 screws are in. Now we need to get this little chrome strip in here, and you see those 3 little holes, and there's 3 little pegs on this chrome strip that line up with it. And you just push them in. That's it. Nice and easy. And that's it for 7. So let's go get pack 8, and I'll be right back. Okay, here's pack 8. Some more of the door trims. So let's that fella. Sorry, kit 8. The naming conventions. Official licensed product from Ford. Hologram. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. That's actually a pretty cool label. So there we go. We got our parts. Got our armrest, our main door card, and our bottom door card trim. We got a little window crank. Come on, focus. There you go. Little window crank. Let's get that out of the baggie. That's just one part. Ooh. Looks very cranky. I'm kidding. It looks like a nice part. And some PSO5 screws. So I'm not sure what we're doing here. Whoop. Okay, well, both the screws decided to jump out of the baggie, but we probably only need one. And we're going to take this armrest, and there is a post that goes in there, and there's a pin that goes in right there, and we need to put a PSO5 screw in here. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. We got this here. We've got this here. Want to make sure that this little notch is at this angle. Okay, give or take a degree or two. And then there's 4 little clips on the back of this. And we're just going to get her clipped in. Snaps in just like so. It's got a little bit of a vinyl-y leather look pattern to it. It's actually a pretty nice piece of plastic. For just being plastic, it looks very good. And now we're going to get our door crank, and you see that little tab? That will go into this notch right here. And it should be a fairly snug press fit, and it is. And now, yes, we can crank our window down about halfway, about as far as it goes. Not sure how far the windows on a real Ford Falcon come down, but you know, it looks convincing enough. So we've tested that works, and now we just got to take this bottom piece of trim with, again, a nice texture on it, looking like a leathery, vinyl-y kind of look, and put it probably bottom tabs in first, and then snap the top two tabs in, and it fits just lovely. And the interior of this vehicle, you know, was rather Spartan as stock. So, you know, there's not a lot of bells and whistles. It was never a luxury car. It was a muscle car. You know, I mean, this was like, you know, a Mustang GT 500 or a Mustang Cobra or a Mach 1 or, you know, a Camaro, you know, SS or type of thing. That was the, you know, I should stick to the Mustang one since this is a Ford. But yeah, it was a muscle car, not a luxury car. So now we can scroll through the rest of the instructions, and there's all sorts of fun car stuff in there. But we're going to grab pack, I believe, kit 9 now. Slice this open. There we go. Doesn't seem like there's anything hiding. No, that's fine. Always just, I kind of like, you know, I just get a little paranoid. Every now and then I'll be like, I'm missing a part. Did I lose it? Or was it not in the pack? It's usually me dropping it and not realizing it. We've got looks like some brake parts. Got some screws. Got a brake caliper. And we've got a metal kingpin or spindle or steering knuckle, what have you. Let me get to those instructions. Pack 9, kit 9, stage 9, whatever. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So we've got to get the brake caliper onto the spindle. So what we're going to do is put it right here. And let's see. Oh my gosh. And then I have to do what? Hold on. Okay, so that goes on there. Okay, so we got to put a DS31 screw right in here. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that's screwed onto there. Very nice. We're going to take the backing plate for the brake rotor, and with the R facing out like this, we're going to put it down and it will sit right on that screw head, and then there's 2 pins that are in there also. Then we're going to take the brake rotor, slide that under the caliper. It's all loosey-goosey right now, but what we're going to do is take our wheel from stage 2, flip her over, and if you notice, it's got that one notch right there. And really, seems like any of these, oh, there it is right there. So we want to get it right onto that particular notch. Perfect. Flip this over. Okay. Now we got to get a DS04 screw in there, which should hold the wheel down. We got 3 of those in here, so maybe we're using more than one. I don't know. But we got a DS04 screw, a little bit of 3-in-1 oil, and we'll get that right into the center of the wheel hub. And then if we tighten it all the way, we can barely turn the wheel, which is fine. You don't want this thing rolling around. So yeah, you can barely turn the wheel. Perfect. And then we're going to take our center cap, which has a magnet in it, and it now magnets down all on its own because of that metal screw in there. Perfect. Lovely. BF Goodrich radial TI. I run BF Goodrich on my Toyota 4Runner. I have the BFG, TA KO2 off-roads. That's it for that stage. So we're all good. Oh, that looks nice. It's a good looking piece of wheel and spindle right there. Let's go to pack 10. Let's see what we got here. A kit 10. Oh, stage 10. What do we got? Oh, we're building the other rim right here, which means I need to go start soaking the tire from kit 11 in very, very, very hot water, because this thing is really tough to get on. So I'm gonna fill up an insulated coffee mug with hot water after I cut this open and show you off the parts here. So there we go. All right, and that's fine. And we've got our parts. Those little Ford holographic stickers are pretty cool. Okay, so this is metal, and this is plastic. And it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Let's see here. Well, I'll do the water later. Okay, so we're gonna take this metal thing, the part of the rim, we're gonna put the wheel hub in there, face down, and we've got to now put this on there and line up the 3 studs and the 3 holes. Perfect. If it doesn't wiggle, they're in. So I'm going to get 3, let's see here, DSO2 screws in. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're using the mug my dad got me for Christmas. That's what I do. I fix stuff and I know things. I know some things. And most of the fixing I try to do is stuff I've already broken. But I've got my tire soaking in here in this extremely hot tap water. Come on, open! Oh, son of a... Ow! Okay, it's pretty hot tap water. Very hot tap water, actually. I turned my water heater up to 140 Fahrenheit. Guys, do the math if you're not in the U.S. But we've had the tire soaking in here for a few minutes. Okay. I'm going to shake her off. And let's try to get this thing on here. This is a really, really, really tight tire. This is and it's all wet and slippery now. It's like trying to put a condom on a dolphin. Oh, God, I'm sorry I gave you that visual in your head. There we go. Come on. Come on, Jar. Come on. Man. It's really extremely... Come on. Hold on. Almost got it. It's getting close. Okay, let's get a flathead in here. And let's just get this lip rolled around. Ow! Stab yourself with the tire sidewall. Oh my God. Oh, was that good for you? Oh man. Oh boy. There we go. It's in. I think I need to use hotter water next time. Like, I need to literally use boiling water in the coffee mug Oh, okay. All right. We did that. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I'm winded from that tire. I mean, that was some work. Let's see here. Okay. In a bowl of hot 65 to 75 Celsius water. What is 75 Celsius? Let's see. Celsius to Fahrenheit. So let's see, what's 70? Let's go right in the middle of that range. It was only at 60 Celsius, which was below the recommended range. So kudos to your instructions being accurate. Oh man, okay, and let's cut this open. I have almost no forearm strength left. It's just like floppy noodle arms now. I'm like one of those inflatable tube people at a car dealership. No credit, bad credit, we don't care. We approve everybody. Back to Adobe. Okay, so the tire is on after some work. And we're going to push this little hub here through, which is really the lug nuts. Push that through the back. We have our little lug nuts right there. We can put the center cap in. It doesn't stay because there's no screw behind it holding it in. But I do like the addition of the magnetic hubs. You know, that's a good touch. It's usually an aftermarket part, but it's stock in this kit. And that's it. So that's it for this shipment of parts. We're up to, you know, stage or kit 11. And we've got one front spindle assembly, brake rotor, caliper, wheel all done with, again, it's magnetically attached hub cover, which is very nice. I like that a lot. The door has its whole trim panel in there. This door is completed. I'll polish up the paint a little. I got all kinds of paw prints all over it. But yeah, very nice. And there's a lot of just like car history and tidbits and facts in the PDF magazines. You know, fun read. And there we go. So that's it for this pack of the Ford Falcon XB GT. Click the links below. Like, subscribe, comment, go to the Amazon link, get my tools or junk. And yeah, you know, buy me a coffee or whatever. Buy me a beer. Or now a White Claw. I got a gluten issue with the beer. But either way, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time on Pit Stain Hobbies. Adios, everybody.